And that's when I first came across transhumanism. And transhumanism is very real. It's this idea that technology can replace human function. And so I put $100 million in to understand how to make and keep healthy women healthy, but all these transhumanists, right, what a novel idea. Let's keep women healthy so that we can have healthy babies. It's the most important thing in the world. But the transhumanists wanted to build artificial wombs with these grants. They wanted to study IVG, which is creating gametes, eggs, out of human stem cells just from your skin. And there's a company called Conception that actually just had mice give birth to 5 pups with 2 male donors. And so, you know, it's very real. Transhumanism, I'm in Silicon Valley, I'm in tech, I see all of this stuff daily. And it made me question, you know, if we are at a time in human history where we have to pause to really think about where this is all going.
Can I just ask you one more question about transhumanism?
Yeah, go.
I wish we had like 3 hours to talk about this, because I sense
so much.
I sense it's the shape of the future, and I sense it's maybe the scariest thing most people don't know enough about. How common are the views that you described, the horrifying Frankenstein-like views you described among Democratic donors and elites?
It's pretty ubiquitous in the sense that many view it in the same light as vaccines. So there's entire now platforms dedicated to basically mass printing vaccines, where you put a virus in, they print it into any disease format, mRNA is the vehicle to deliver it, and they think that this is a massive success. Vaccine injuries in this country have been vastly underreported, and I also believe that behind it is this corporatist ideal on the world, that corporatism amongst the Democratic elites is the only way towards progress, and that is a dead lie. We have so much science we could be doing. And transhumanism, if you want to hear my real take on it.
I do, actually, because I feel like we're getting really close to something important, really important.
Okay. So I'm a lover of philosophy, and I read a very important thing that made me understand transhumanism, written by a philosopher, Peter Kingsley. And it actually had me crying in my kitchen. And I was like, where is justice in this world? I was really sad. I was like, where is justice in this world? And the ancient Greeks believed that justice is a goddess that you meet at the gates of the underworld. And when you die, you go and you meet Lady Justice. It's much like purgatory and how the Bible explains it. But I read it in the context of the ancient Greeks. And their justice determines whether you go to hell or heaven, and it's described in incredible terms. And Lady Justice is not someone you can lie or hide your misdeeds from. And so I read this and I cry, because I'm like, at least there is justice in the cosmos. Might not be here right now. We can fight for her as an archetype. But the people who are afraid to die, they don't want to meet Lady Justice. And that's what I think this transhumanism is all about. I think it is a deep fear of death.
Well, that is profound, and I think true. And you did see this during COVID. The people I lived around during COVID had been forced to ask themselves, no one wants to die. I don't, no interest in dying at the moment. But people were forced to ask themselves, like, is that the worst thing? And the people who decided it wasn't the worst thing, it's worse to live on your knees, right? Those people had a joyful time during COVID, and the people who decided that dying is the worst possible thing were the ones enforcing mask mandates and the vax. And You think that stems from the fact that they're afraid to die because they believe on some level there is justice?
Since I'm being accused of creating my own religion and fear-mongering and, being a conspiracy theorist, why do idiots, as some of you are, because that's all you are when you come, you passively aggressively attack me and things, accusing me of things I've never even talked about on this channel, such as rapture, Marq Nash. It's not my fault you're a butthurt Kamala Harris fan. I don't know why you're a stan of Kamala Harris. I don't know why you support that. Again, I don't know why you're so dumb. I don't know why you're blind. I don't know what reality you live in, sir, but I'm going to explain this to you. First of all, I'm not making up my own religion. This video is directly for you. You have a bigger platform than mine, that's fine. People can find you more cool, that's okay with me. I'm not here for popularity contests. I'm here to warn people of the truth. It's not a fanboy game with me like it is with you. You're an idiot if you support Kamala Harris. You're not a good judge of character as well, and you're just not simply smart. It's that simple. I don't know what emotional ties you have towards it, because it's emotion. It's not rationality. It's not objectivity. This woman has destroyed this country in the past however many years. She destroyed California. She destroyed San Francisco. She has influenced a lot of how the Department of Justice operates today. I know these types of subjects, they go in over your head because you're just focusing on dumb emotional things, such as racism and misogyny. You're the same guy that told me Donald Trump is the actual whore. He's got multiple baby mamas, so you're a progressive fool. That's all you are, okay? I don't do passive aggressive. I'm doing it to be blunt with you. You understand? When a little dude comes at me like a female, like you did, and you're gonna come here and try to passive aggressively attack me and accuse me of things I've never done, never spoke about the rapture on this channel. I'm not creating my own religion. I'm calling out the foolishness that I see in this world, just like I'm gonna do right now. Get out of your emotions. I'm sorry, you're brainwashed, you understand? But people are opening up to what's actually going on. And unfortunately, when explaining politics, Nazi Germany, they were put in the same position. The church decided to stay out of what was going on when Hitler rose to power. Hitler wasn't a cultist, sir. There's nothing conspiratorial about that. And this stuff that is going on today, it just further proves that the Bible is real. I'm sorry you support a clown who wants to kill babies. And that's really the only solid thing you can get out of her and what she intends to do for this country. She really has no answers. She really doesn't say nothing. You understand? And a lot of people have noticed that as well. So it just shows that you're very, I don't know what to say. You're not in touch with reality. You understand? And that's me being blunt to you. And I can go on your show, or, I'm not a guy, I understand the internet, you can appear more tough. But I would say this stuff to your face, Marq Nash. I would. Okay? Stick to your music. Stick to your more, passive stance on a lot of issues, you understand? Except for when it comes to dumb Kamala Harris and this dumb regime that people like Nichole Shanaham, who was the running mate at RFK, are even exposing. This is the same party that tells you we can't define a woman. But we know that men can have babies, and look what we got here. Am I still a conspiracy theorist pushing my own religion, sir? You don't even watch the videos, to be quite honest. You do exactly what any fanboy comes on this channel and does. They get emotionally triggered, then they make these dumb false accusations. And I don't know, but you're still trying to be nice about it. I don't do that stuff, sir. I don't. I'm not a man who stands on the fence. And I am a man that does a lot of research. You understand? You're nothing other than like these other emotional little fanboys that come on my channel. You write your books just like they do. And again, more times than not, I'm the guy who's the most accurate and correct at the end of the day. You should know that. You should know that. But regardless, Nichole Shanaham, she describes and further exposes the Democratic Party today, which has, and what I've been telling you forever, and I'm not fear-mongering, it's quite easy to see if you actually open your eyes and pay attention to the world. None of this stuff is conspiracy anymore. But they've been compromised by a foreign influence. This same foreign influence, which has talking heads such as Noah Harari, Klaus Schwab, you understand, they promote what is called transhumanism. Now, today, when you see that a government's telling you that you need to accept transgenderism, and that not only should you mutilate and chemically castrate yourself, but you should also do it to your children. And if you oppose your child and not affirm this insanity, which they are pushing into the masses, in some states, they are having it where the state can take away your child from you. And they even go as far as not telling you that they're doing this to your child. And they don't want to tell the parents about this stuff. But I live in an insane world today, and I'm insane, I'm calling this stuff out, but again, like Marq Nash, you guys, he still wants you to vote for people that support these type of ideas. Marq Nash, I don't know what your deal is. You feel like you've been racially profiled or something. I don't know what your deal is. I know it's emotional because it's not logical or rational, sir. You need to pay attention to these issues. I've told people forever on this channel when I covered boxing and the stuff that I covered today that the world is trying to groom you to make the wrong decision. And it's grooming you in a lot of ways that you don't understand, even the practical process of what it is that they're doing to you. Why would they tell people, cut off your penis, cut off your balls, cut off your breasts? Why would they tell you that it's normal to have gender dysphoria? And today it's gone even further, people. It's not even about gender anymore. You're now seeing an influx of people that identify as animals. They identify as trees, frogs, cats. It goes even further than that. You got people that identify as demons and gods. And what do you see these people do? Not only do they go beyond the transgenderism, they actually perform body modification on themselves. You'll see that they'll split their tongue, they'll tattoo their whole face, they'll put in implants. Let's say this person identifies as a tiger. You'll see that they'll destroy their face to look like a tiger. You understand? They'll put spikes on their head and everything else. Why is the government telling you to do this stuff, sir? Mr. I support Kamala Harris and this demonic cause that is hiding under the Democratic Party. You're telling me I'm fear-mongering. What you're doing is far more evil than what I'm doing, sir. And you're coming at me all passive-aggressively. You're not the first person to do it. I get it. That's a jet. That's cool. But anyhow, what you're doing is evil and you're harming people. You're telling people, for whatever reason, why you support, I don't know why you do. A woman who tells you you don't have to drop your faith to understand why a woman needs to kill her babies. And then they try to exaggerate again. We go to quantifiable data. And I always be nice when I say this, it's actually closer to 1%. But they act like every woman's life is at risk when they have babies today. And that every woman's been raped and they need to kill the baby, you understand? They exaggerate 1% of the cases of abortion in this country. When in reality, they tell these women to be promiscuous, and they tell us men as well. That's why you have the hookup culture. They're trying to intentionally destroy morality in this country and a respect for life. You understand? Well, what, a woman was raped by her uncle, and you're trying to deny. That's 1%. The majority of it, and I met multiple women who've done this. They've had multiple abortions. They were not raped. Their life was not at risk because, again, your life is only at risk when you're out here drinking and hooking up with every man, when you should just be closing your legs and trying to create a family life with someone and work towards a goal that is going to add to the future of this country, and all it requires you is not to be selfish. and care about somebody else more than yourself? But people like Marq Nash, they fall easy prey to this, and they're easily groomed by this nonsense that they push onto us. Now, transhumanism, again, you're seeing the body modification as we spoke of. You see the self-mutilation. You see that people are willing to basically become a Halloween costume for the most part. And again, it's gone beyond simple gender at this point. When I say you got people out there that identify as a goddess and demons and everything else and animals, and you see they're even willing to destroy themselves to look like these things that they want you to believe that they look like, you know what I'm saying? If someone identified as Batman and they go to the courthouse and they change their name to Bruce Wayne, maybe middle name's Batman, and they go around wearing a Batman costume everywhere they go, you understand? Would you not see that there's maybe something wrong with that person? You understand what you think? That something's off, and he attacks you if you don't affirm him being Batman and Bruce Wayne? You understand? Let's say he's like, I don't know. I don't even know how to bring up this scenario, but you understand the absurdity of that. But these people want me to accept that they're crazy as hell, and the government is pushing this stuff to you. Well, the reason why they're grooming you to accept this and why it's becoming more widespread is because they are aiming towards what is called transgenderism. If you guys go to my first video on transhumanism, I supply a Forbes magazine article written by a guy who calls himself a futurist. He talks about in the future that it'll be required for some people, if they want to work in specific jobs and things like that, to go through what is called body augmentation. Body augmentation, you'll be implementing some kind of bionic, biomechanical type apparatus to whatever, your arm, legs, whatever else. Who knows what it's going to be in the future. You understand? But this is why you see that they're using a movement such as transgenderism to groom the masses. And guess who supports that? People like Obama. You understand? People like Kamala Harris, who tells you you don't need to abandon your faith to accept these ideas. I don't understand how you people are so blind to this. But I'm here fear-mongering and pushing my own religion. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling people about the rapture when I've never done one video on the rapture, sir. Because you support a clown, Kamala Harris, and their ridiculous cause. Now, the globalists as well, they are just a group of occultists. I know globalist sounds like a cool little word. You know, it doesn't sound threatening at all. You're seeing this movement where a lot of countries are starting to attack the freedom of speech. They're threatening to arrest people like Elon Musk. You just saw what Gavin Newsom passed in California. You just heard what Hillary Clinton, when she ran for president, by the way, her running mate was a Jesuit. Let that sink in. But you're still going to call me the conspiracy theorist. The Pope, who says that all religions lead to God, is a Jesuit as well. It's the first time. Well, it's the first time publicly known. You know, we know that the Jesuits work side and side with the Vatican and things like that. But I'm denigrating too much here. You know, this stuff, it always comes to my mind because I always just do too much research. You guys can accuse me of that, you know. But as far as creating my own religion, it's just not the case. But we saw that Hillary Clinton is saying that people who, you know, use disinformation should be arrested. What they're essentially telling you is that the freedom of speech is too much of a threat for their cause. And, you know, the Democratic Party has been compromised by globalists, and they are operating under foreign influence. At this point by now, you should understand when you have congresswomen and congressmen telling you this stuff, you should really pay attention to that. Are they fear-mongering, by the way? This stuff is right here in front of your face, guys. There's nothing conspiratory about this. It's literally right here in front of your face. Why are they telling you that we can't define a woman, but we know that a man can have baby? And as you're looking at the screen, what are you looking at? Did I Photoshop this? Is Nichole Shanaham making this stuff up, guys? They're also wanting to pass legislation where they can do gene editing and things like that. As Nichole Shanaham explained to you, they're afraid of death. Why are they afraid of death? Because these people know that there's evil, and if they know that there's evil, they know where they're going. You understand? So if I know where I'm going, and let's say I have all this money, it would be in my best interest to try to create immortality, would it not? There are creatures in this world. There's a type of lobster. It is categorized as what is claimed biologically immortal. Now, they're doing experiments on mice. They're letting that stuff out into the public. But a lot of these people that are funding these projects, they have islands right next to Epstein. I can prove this with evidence again, and you'll still call me the crazy nut. There's a reason why abortion clinics, they think for some reason black women and their stem cells are the best. I can again prove this with video evidence. You understand, they're very rich people, and again, they don't not only want to lose what they've accumulated in this world, but they also have ties to occultism and things like that, and they are pushing for very abominable things, such as this thing that you're seeing on my screen while you're listening to this. We can probably get into a video on that, because again, but people with Oprah are tied to these people. Coincidentally, she has a lot of money too, does she not? These people have ties to people like Puff Daddy, you know what I'm saying? And of course, Jeffrey Epstein, okay? There is a reason for that, by the way. I have laid this stuff out to you, and I've been dead accurate on this stuff, guys. If you vote for Kamala Harris, don't cry later when your life is jacked up. You understand? You haven't seen hell yet. Trust me, you haven't. I'm here just warning the people again. Donald Trump, he was rejected by the globalists. You understand? You see that this immigration thing, it's widespread, you know, on a global scale, especially in the Western Hemisphere. Trump closed the border. You understand? They told him that his wall was just a vanity project. Now you're seeing this same clown trying to claim that she wants a wall and finally attack immigration. But again, why hasn't she done it? You understand? And what makes you think that she is going to do it? She's going to continue to do what her handlers tell her to do. She's nothing but a puppet. You understand? She's nothing but an industry plant for the most part. She's not even intelligent. She's not even competent. Again, I don't understand why some of you dudes are such hyenas. You want a matriarch so bad. I don't get it. You understand? It just lets me know you're a clown for the most part. Marq Nash, you're a clown. You need to stop telling people what you're telling them. And you're not helping out anybody with your cause, sir. You're not. It's just that simple. But regardless, you know, Donald Trump, their ideas reflect more of the, you know, laws of the Lord our God, and the enemy reflects a movement that is more so towards occultism. I'll let you guys do your own research and come to your own conclusions on that, but I've been telling you exactly what you need to hear, and I've been calling this stuff out accurately, and that information is on this channel, okay? And this stuff does take precedence over boxing, but my same process, my same level of research, when I go into boxing, I treat this stuff even crazier. I put more effort into this. And I know I'm not the best orator, and I know that these topics are very hard to cover, but I have no reason to lie to you or lead you people astray. I'm not trying to create my own religion, as I've been accused of. This stuff proves that the Bible is real. You get to Revelation, you talk about how these people, these are the people that have taken the mark of the beast, and they just will not repent and things like that. And they wish for death, but they're unable to die. You understand? And only an insane person would want immortality in this current state of reality that we live in. You understand? That's a curse. If you have to do things that require body augmentation, gene editing, you know, changing yourself genetically and again, physically by adding bionic parts, robot parts, that the transhumanists like Noah Harari, these are real people, Klaus Schwab, are telling you we need to turn to get to the next evolutional stage of mankind. And these are people that openly reject and mock God. When you see Noah Havari talk, he has such a hatred for the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You understand? If you see that they're trying to even attack the fundamental pillars of our culture, our civilization here in the United States, they are attacking the Constitution of the United States. There's nothing fear-mongering about that. They're projecting what they're guilty of onto people like Trump and Tulsi Gabbard and Nichole Shanaham and RFK. And there's been other Democrats just in the past 2 weeks that recently left the Democratic Party because they know these people are insane. And that video that I just came out with Tom Cotton exposing that bill that was shot down, why do they want to do cloning and gene editing? You guys need to ask yourself those type of questions. And I've been calling this stuff out from day one, and I've been on point. So no, sir, your little fanboy rhetoric, it does not hold up, not on my channel, not without false accusations, and you just being all up in your emotions. You need to vote for Trump. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what emotional reasons you are voting for an idiot like Kamala Harris and why you're pushing idiocy on your channel. And listen, I'm quite aware I don't win the popularity contest. I don't value the popularity contest. So I don't care about that stuff. But my channel will be beneficial for you if you listen when I call this stuff out. It's just that simple. You know, if you want feelings and vibes, go to Marq Nash's channel. You want accuracy? You understand? You want someone to tell you the truth, you come here. This is the big boy channel. And people, they don't like what I have to say. But that's all right. It will benefit you more than you just having your ears tickled and your emotions and vibes feeling good. And it's funny, your presidential candidate doesn't like substance either. Doesn't like accuracy either. She's claiming to be joy, and it's all about vibes and emotions. Doesn't surprise me one bit. I will talk to you guys later. Stay tuned, okay? Stay tuned. That's all I got to say. Bye.